What's up guys, it's your boy Carbell and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be looking how we can animate these wonderful social media icons. These things, you mostly find them in the footer of most websites. We don't want to have that ordinary stuff, we want to have this wonderful animation. So we're going to be looking at how to make this, probably this also. Wow, what wonderful animations these are. And then finally, learn how to make this too. So without much ado, let's get right into the video. If this is the first time you are meeting, my name is Carbell Sarfo, and on this channel, we learn to do innovative videos to give your web designs a super look and not only that, a super feel. So if you're interested in leveling up and taking your front end game to the next level, consider subscribing and make sure you hit the bell button so you don't miss out on our innovative videos that we bring this and every Wednesday. Without much ado, let's just get right into the video. So I'm going to minimize my browser, put to the right side here. Look at this one. Today in this video, I'm going to be doing this, the next video this, and then other video this. Alright, so this is my text editor. I'm using Visual Studio Code. I have everything set up here. This is my index.html file and this is my style.css. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to link my CSS file. So style, it has it for me here. Then I'll save it up. So if I should go here, and I'm going to use a VS Code extension, live server. You can just, there's a live server. What this does is that whenever I save my files here, it automatically refreshes it in the browser. That way I don't have to come and click refresh. So if you don't have it, please consider downloading it. You can just type it here in the extension box, or you can just ignore and then keep doing that. So Control B, I'll hide my sidebar. I have it linked up. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is let's get up with the HTML. So I'm going to make a section. Then I'll name this one section, a class of section social. I'm using Emmet shortcut, so that's why I use this way. I will explain that in other videos, but not in this video because we have a lot to do. And then also I'm going to use a URL, an ordered list, and I'm going to give it a class of social list. Yeah, I don't know what that name is, but social list. And then I'm going to have my li, that's the list items. So my first list item here, and then I'm going to be having how many? 4 of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the list items, I'm going to be having a link because I want them to be links, not just buttons that when you click they do nothing. So I'm going to have an anchor tag, that's the A. Okay, and I'll name this one social link. Social what? Link. And then the href, for now let's just put nothing there because we don't have anything there. And in the link, that's where we're going to have our icons. So for now, let me just say Facebook. Let me just say Facebook. What am I typing? Facebook. Okay, save it, nothing happens. So I'm just going to hit my go live. You can just press Alt-LO to make it go live straight away, or you can just hit the go live when it comes at the bottom. So you can see this is our first list item having Facebook here. But we're going to be using social media icons. These are icons. So the thing I do, go to Google here and type font awesome CDN. Alright, so it brings up the font awesome CDN. That's the social media icons we're going to be using. So you can see here that's the first one on the link. It's so easy to use. We'll explain how it works and everything. I'll have that explained. So they say copy this and put it in your header. So I'm going to copy all of this here. Control C, copy it here, bring it nicely here. And I'm going to have link. What am I linking to? Control V, save it. Okay, so this is how it works. Let's come back to our page here. This is how it works. Instead of we're going to be using our span tags or our I tags, I'm going to be using I. Okay. So and then you're going to give it a class of FA first, then FA followed by the icon that you want. So I'm going to be using Facebook here. And I save it, what happens? You just see a small F here. Are you okay? Let me show you how the documentation is. So I'm going to go to fontawesome.com. Font awesome, whatever icon. So Okay, so this is it. Let me make it full screen and let's look at it. Only 2 or 3 minutes, then we are done to go. So if I should just say Facebook search, so you can see we have Facebook here. If I click on it, what do I see? This, and that's showing us how we can implement it. You see they use the I tag, or the I tag, a class of what, FA first, and then our FA Facebook. So that's what we're actually using. And then the same thing, when you do that and you have a link, you're going to get this. So let me go back here and then minimize this and put it aside here. Good. So we want 4 more. So I'm going to press this. I'm going to do this. Then I'll copy. Then Control V, paste it. Or I can just do this. Then hold Alt, Shift, and down to copy the same thing downwards. Then I save it. I have 4 Facebook. Is that what I'm looking for? I don't think so. I'm going to be having, second one is what, Instagram. And then I have Twitter. Is it Twitter? YouTube Play. It's a YouTube Play. I want the play icon. Then the next one is going to be LinkedIn. Make sure you have a LinkedIn account. It's very important. So I have the icons here set up. So that's all with the HTML. Let's go straight to the CSS. So the first thing I'm going to do with the CSS, I'm going to restyle and reinstate everything. So I have this, then I have this because I'm going to use pseudo elements. Then I want padding 0, margin also 0, and then box sizing I want border box. So look at something. When I save it, look at the effect that it has here. If I should just save it, good. It took away all the padding and the margin on everything. So that's why it looks, everything just clipped here. So I'm going to go to the body. I want a weight of 100%. I want a height of also 100%. And then I want a background color of like, let me see. Nah, I don't need that. Take that one off. Save it. Nothing happens here. Dot section. I call this section social. If you are looking for where that name came from, there is it. We named this. We call our section social. Alright, so let's get to it. So let's come back here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give a weight of 100%. And also a height of 100%. 100 viewport height. I want the whole viewport to be part here. Alright. And the next thing I'm going to do also is I want display of flex. I wonder why I'm displaying it flex. I'll tell you why. Because I want to center everything here. So if I say align item center and justify content center, it brings everything to the middle. It's centered nicely. That's why I'm actually displaying what flex. So let's go down here and then section social, and then I also want to call my social list. That's the name we gave to our unordered list here, social list. So first I'm going to say list style of none. Take away all those dots, all the dots that were here before. Then I also want to give it display of flex. Now there are so many ways to kill a cat. Many people will do it in a different way, but this is the way I do it, and then it works for me, and it's quite easier compared to most of the things you understand in most videos. So I have it this way. And the next thing I'm going to start my links. Those links that you are seeing, you can see they're actually links. So the first thing I'm going to say dot section social, then social, are the social links? Yeah, social links. Alright, and I'm going to have okay, so first I'm going to say display of flex. You know why I'm doing this? I'll explain to you why I'm doing this very soon. But for now, let me make it inline block so that when I'm explaining, you understand what I mean. I want to make it inline block, and I'll say width. I want a width of 80 pixels. I want a height of also 80 pixels because we are aiming for a circle. 80 pixels. Then I want border radius of also 50%. Just to change the circle. We are aiming for a circle. Good. You don't say anything. Let me add the background color first. Then I'll take it off later. I want a background color of, let me say, red. My experimental color. Save it. So you can see they are all circles. Let me give it some margin. Margin of 10 pixels. Yeah, will that one be okay? Okay, so margin of 10 pixels, it works. You can see that. Now I want to center all the icons in the middle. People use line height and a whole lot of stuff, but I don't want to go make it come. So I'm going to change this one to display of flex. Good. One more thing before I go anywhere. Let me just say text decoration. I should have done that because it's a text decoration of. Now, before I save it, let me show you. Look at the underline that you find under all these things. It's because they are links. It's automatic. It comes with the browser. So text decoration now, let me take away all those underlines, and now we can continue. So flex. I can say align items. What am I typing? Align item center, and then justify content center, and voila, everything is centered. Neat, perfectly, no worries, no time for anything. Okay, let's continue. So the next thing we are going to be having is, I want to give it a border. I want a border of 2 pixels. I want it solid, and then I want it to be white. You won't see it now, but let me change it. You won't see it now, but it has a role to be plain, and then you see it when it comes. And I want to give it a color of, I want something very dark, so I'll just say 2F4 F4 F. What color is that? Okay, that color. Yeah. Save it, and then the color changes. And I also want to make the font size of 1.3 rem. Save it, make the F's a little bigger, and then I'll give it some box shadow of 0 pixels on the X, 3 pixels on the Y, 5 pixels blur, and then I want black 000. But because VS Code is here, I'll just hover on it and then bring the opacity down to 7.5, something around there. And now you can see the borders have even given it a very more wonderful look. I told you, just stick to the end because there's a bonus coming up at the end. I should have said that at the beginning of the video. So the next thing we are going to do is, if you look at the very first one here, we have some things involved. First one is when you hover, something comes up from the bottom, and then the icon also rotates. So the first thing I'm going to do is let's first of all make the pseudo elements. Alright, so let's go here. I'll copy everything here. I'll copy it, Control V, and then you can use before, I'm using after. I just like after. I want to set the content to nothing, very important, and I'll say width to 100%. I want height also to be 100%. Let me also say display of inline block. Save it. Nothing happens. It's already there, but you won't see. Let me say background color of like green. Hey. So that's it. That's our pseudo element that is looking very ugly, and it's even distorting. Can you imagine? It's distorting our icons, but everything is allowed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set position here to be relative because you can guess what is coming up very soon, and then I can set position here to absolute, then I'll set top to 100%, and then left to also 0. Save it, and that's our pseudo elements that is looking somewhere here, probably ugly. What happens if we set the top to 0? So it will come all over it, and that is where the magic is going to come from. Okay, so the thing you're going to do is that whenever you hover on the links like this, you want the pseudo element to move upwards. So let me show you how that is going to be done. So I put it here and I say if I hover, okay, I want the after pseudo element, I want the top, I want to move top of what? 0. Save it, and then when I hover, no transition. Very ugly. Very ugly. So I can come here and say transition. I want 0.4 seconds, and I want ease. Okay, so when I hover, it moves neatly, it moves neatly, it moves neatly, and it moves neatly. Guys, this is great. Let me make the color, background color white, because we don't want to see that red. The red is obstructing our view. Good, good, good. But before anything, let me make the top here 0 and explain one more thing. Okay, so we can't see our icons, and then when our pseudo element comes over, and I thought we said that in the other video how we can solve this problem. It's simple. First of all, we're going to set z index. Like we said, z index shows how the things are stacked, which one is on top of which one. If I should give this one z index of -1, and I should give the main one here a z index of 1, meaning this one is above this, so whatever is here should be below this. I hope this one makes sense. If I save it right now, you can see that this one, our icon, our pseudo element has gone below, so now our main icon is above. I hope it makes sense. Guys, if you are learning anything from this video, please hit the like button to help our algorithm before we continue. So now that we have this, let's look at how we can even make this amazing. So if I should set this one here to let me just say 100% back, save it. When I hover, whoa, wow, that was great. So now let's make the other magic work. Let's just say overflow of hidden. We don't want to. So that's it, and then that's it. So you can see that we've completed one of the steps. So when you hover, something comes up, and then completed it. We look at how to add the various colors for the various ones. Okay, don't forget to smash the like button if you haven't smashed it. What are you waiting for? So let's get to it. Now the next is we want to have the rotating icons when we hover up on it. If you look here, you can see that we have our eyes have what? A class of what? FA. So we can call the FA and use that to style our icons particularly. So if I say .FA and if I say color of let me say FFF, what do you see? It becomes white. It's there. It's there. It's white. You see? So that's it. We can style it here. So let me do one thing. I'll give it a transition of 0.4 seconds, and then when we hover on our nav links, we want to select the FA and style it. What we're going to do, we're going to do transform. Transform of, let me say, I want to say rotate. Is it rotate? Yeah, rotate Y on the Y axis. We want to rotate the Y axis, and as we get 360 degrees. Okay, save it. Now when I hover, can you see it's spinning around, it's spinning around, it's spinning around, it's spinning around. But that's not all. If you look at the very first one, it becomes bigger, and that's what we want to see. So not only should it rotate, we want it to scale up to like 1.8. Let's see how that one will look now. I've saved it. Good. Hey, this is the main one, sorry. Now it becomes bigger. Wow, that's great, and that's great, and that's great, and that's great, and that's great. Okay, so now we are almost done. The only thing left right now is to have the various individual links have different background colors like this. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a very weird but effective selector. So I'm going to come all the way here, and I'm going to have social list, okay, and I'm going to select the LI. Good. Now I'm going to select the this is the list items, okay, list items, they are all here. I'm going to select the first, this is it, let me have it here. I'm going to use what we call the child selector. Are you okay? So your first child, second child, third child, you know them just because of the order in they come. So I'm going to show it's called nth child. That's the name. A colon, and we call it what? Nth child. That means that child, whatever child his name is, that. So first child in this case, because we put what 1 in here, and I'm going to say, let me just say background. Give something background color of, let me just say red. I don't know why I use red, but red works. Now what happened? You can see that I've selected the first child of what? Of all the list items. If I should copy all of this here, Alt Shift down, copy it down here, and change this one to a second child, okay, and make this one green. Good. I selected the second child and gave it a background of green. Guys, if this is making sense to you, that is how we are going to be adding the colors to this. Someone will say, why don't I say the link, social link, and then end child? Because they are not in. They are from a different parent. Whatever it is, I don't know what I'm even saying. So let me just come back here. Control Z, Control Z, undo. Okay. Now when we select our first child here, we don't select that one. We don't select the pseudo element of that child. So I'm going to say the first child here, but I want the social link, and not only that, I want the after pseudo element, and I'll just say background color of red. Save it. So only this one has a background color of red. The rest have green because I just selected and said when I select the first child here, I want to give it a background. The social link, the pseudo element here, background color of what? Of red. So that way it works. But that's not what we want. That's not what we want because that's Facebook, and you know what Facebook color is what? 3B599. Like, oh, I said 5 and I wrote 6. Can you imagine? 3B5999. Save it. That's Facebook. Yay! And then one more thing. When it is hovered, I want the color to be white. So when it's hovered, it becomes white. That's better compared to the black that was. Okay, so then let's get straight to it. The next thing is I'll just come here. Where is it? Copy the same thing and bring it down 4 times. So if I just hold Alt Shift and down, change this one to second, change this one to third, change this one to fourth, and then I can, of course, obviously change the colors. Second one is what? Instagram. So you know Instagram is C3 to AA3. Guys, if you don't know the colors, you can just go and just say social media colors or something. You get it. Google has everything. That way you don't have to memorize. I'm not even memorizing because it's a tutorial and then I've already searched for it. So this social media is what. The next one is what? YouTube. I know YouTube is red. Let me just change this one. This one is red. Save it, and then finally LinkedIn should be 007B5. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now whenever you are using the gradient, I mean your background here is a gradient. Let me have section social here to be a gradient. Okay, so I just say background, and I'll say linear gradient, maybe to right bottom. I want the first color to be, let me say, you can just use Facebook's color. Yeah, that's okay. 3B599 there. 9. Okay, this color, and then I want the bottom color to be maybe LinkedIn. What am I do? Let me just copy the same thing here. Copy it. Control V, but I want a darker version, so I'll just come somewhere here, save it. Whoa, what happened? Nothing happened. I was in the wrong place. So whenever you have something like this, okay, you are working in a footer that has the gradient, there's one trick you can do. You can just copy the same gradient here and move all the way to the background color. Instead of having a background color of just white, paste it here, Control V, and look, the next thing you can just change the color to white, also. And trust me, you have wonderful. Okay, and for that reason, if that happens to be the case, we won't be needing all of this. So I'll comment them out nicely, and then I'll change this one I made green to white. So that's it. And when I hover on it, I want the color to be Control V. When I hover, I want the color to be that of the Facebook's color. So I'll just say 3D5999. Save it. So that's it. So that, look, this is very great compared to the very first one that we even have here. Someone might even go for that one over there, because whenever you're working in a gradient background like this, you can just apply the same concept, and then trust me, it will look great no matter whatever gradient you are dealing with. So guys, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for sticking to the very end. Please hit the like button if you got value out of this, and if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to help us, to help you, to help me, to help the algorithm, so that we can be ranked higher. And then without much ado, guys, I'll see you in the next video.